everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. Hope everyone is doing okay today. Can you believe we're at Wednesday already, or halfway through the week? It's scary how quick the time's going. But what's even worse is the kids break up next Thursday for Halloween. I say Halloween, but it's half term, but Halloween's included anyway, so I'm not quite sure if Sam wants to go trick-or-treating yet. One day he does and one day he doesn't, but I know we've got to get him a costume anyway, because Warwick Castle and also Chesterton are doing their Halloween fancy dress competitions and things like that, so where they could get a pop badge, so he wants to do that. So yeah, and then it's scary when they go back to school in November. They'll be concentrating on Christmas things. I know Ben's doing a movie this year because he has already been filming things on it, and then Sammy is doing a Christmas play, which is pretty good. So anyway, yes, like I said, just off to Costa now to meet my friend Michelle. I'll try one of their winter drinks. I haven't actually tried any of them yet. I'm way behind. I've only tried them before now. So I'm hoping this will have the Black Forest hot chocolate one. That was really nice. So anyway, yeah, so I see you in Costa. Yeah, so just in Costa now. So what to have? I don't know. This one normal time. I think we'll just go for hot chocolate, I think, actually. Okay, doesn't that look really nice? The hot chocolate. Okay, seriously, cakes and cakes and chocolate. No, I think I'm just gonna go for a hot chocolate, I think. Go from there. So yeah, so in the end, went for a hazelnut praline and cream hot chocolate, and I thought that looked really nice. Really enjoy that. What did you go for in the end? Went for
it's a gingerbread latte.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, with cream.
Alright. Haven't you little gingerbread man on the top?
Oh, it's in my tummy.
Yeah, you had him. I don't blame you, actually. So I'm going to enjoy these now before they get cold. So yes, I'm just heading home now. It was nice having a chat with Michelle this morning. We didn't realise what the time was, to be honest with you, and it was in Costa about near 2.5 hours just chatting away. It was nice though to have that chat. Sometimes I feel like, because I obviously don't work, sometimes I feel like I miss out on the adult company sometimes. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go home, get some lunch, and then I'll do what we're going to do then this afternoon. I know I've got some a bit more washing to do, it's a bit more clothes to put away, but apart from that, I haven't got a clue what we're going to do this afternoon. Yeah, consider the weather out here isn't too bad actually. The sun's out over there, which is nice, so hopefully it might dry up the garden a bit, because you can see it's a right bog out here. All the leaves are fallen. All of them, well, I've say fallen. Still quite a bit on there, as you can see. So we can wait till the leaves are fallen off and the berries, and then get the tops taken out, which will be a lot cheaper and a lot easier to do that. So there's still a load of garden. Obviously, there's Ben's trampoline there. He wanted to come out on it yesterday. We went because of the leaves, so but in a minute I might get a dustpan and brush and clear all them off there for him, because otherwise he'll eat them, believe it or not, because he doesn't know what's food and what isn't. And with all those berries on there as well, I just can't trust them. So anyway, this goes through how much rain we've had over the last couple of days, because I've actually, believe it or not, I actually emptied this out and it's refill again. So yep, we need to get a really good dry day before we can actually do work in the garden. But our pumpkins actually turned orange now, so I'm debating whether that there now is a pumpkin rather than butternut squash. It seems to be more of a pumpkin colour, so to speak. We need to check the sweet corn, because I think that might be done soon. So, and then obviously here's our pumpkins. That one's actually orange. I think they're all orange, majority of them are actually. So we're going to leave on here until a couple of days before we cut them. I think that's the best thing to do, because I was told if you cut them too early they might go all horrible inside. So I think, honestly, that one there's got a bit of a funny colour on that one. But yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 pumpkins, which isn't too bad. Obviously not so big as last year's, but we've got more. But you can see there, I think there's a couple more growing there. Obviously they were too late now for Halloween, so I think what he wants to do is, when the pumpkins are ready to be pulled up, I think he's just gonna try and do the rest of the garden as much as he can, I think. But one thing I am pleased about, these little cauliflowers are growing quite nice, but I don't think they're growing now though, to be honest with you. And then over here I've got our little cabbages growing quite nice as well. So obviously you see the tomatoes have gone all horrible. So seems to just leave it on and put them all in one go.
Well, she's not going crazy, guys. She is getting on Ben's trampoline.
If I could get on this trampoline, I'll sleep in there myself.
Going on to clear it so Ben can go on it. Just in case there's any of those red berries from these trees on there. Here's Ben. Hello.
I didn't realise I just knee all down. I got myself wet.
You've been sliding out of your seat again on the school bus, haven't you? And it doesn't help when school don't give you your spring to play with to keep you occupied on the bus.
That's the thing, I don't. That's what I said, I've got no problems with going to school, have they? Because they're occupied.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Because we do, when we go out places, there's his spring, doesn't he, to keep him happy.
And now what's he got to do? He's got to wear what?
Houdini thing. It's like a waistcoat that stops him slipping or something. But will it be strong enough to hold him? That's the question, eh?
No. There's always a problem. And when you try to give them the problem to solve it, they just don't want to know.
They don't, do they?
No.
The thing is, again, if I give it one-to-one on like the dance
Yeah.
that's a problem.
No.
So apparently, yeah, I've got to go on the bus every morning, strap it on him because they're not allowed to do it. So what's the point in, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense anymore, does it?
No.
Hey, look at this. We'll get this kind of brush, it's easier. Let me do that way.
Is it only leaves?
It's only, yeah, but he'll still put them in his mouth though, won't he? You know what it's like with leaves.
The biggest problem with the council at the moment is that they never ever contact you when there's a problem.
They don't.
No, you always have to find a barrel of it in the middle of the street. It's just, I feel like the society these days has just lost touch with communication properly, isn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
That's the communication properly. So let's put them down there. And then ready for him then to...
That's probably why they're breaking up our council for, because they're a load of useless idiots.
Probably. No one knows what they're doing, do they?
No.
I don't think no one knows what they're doing anyway, to be honest.
That's why I said I'll never ever vote again, and I mean that.
I'm not going to vote again. It's not worth it.
No.
Okay, Mr. Ben, that's better what it was. Because we're bounce now.
If anyone remembers the film Brewster's Millions, when he voted for none of the above, I'll do that.
Yeah. There you go. Do you want to lift it up then? Do you want to lift this up then, Dad? So I can push more down that way.
I'm trying to stop him from going back in the house.
Should be right. Okay, you can come on now actually if you want to.
It's only a few leaves, as long as there's no berries on there.
Yeah. That's it. That's better than what it was. Sorry, anyway. Do you get some So then, sweetheart, how was school?
Yeah, very good.
What have you done at school?
All everything.
What do you mean by done everything?
Yeah.
What's this saying you put in your book about music?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Oh yeah, it's the music for Father Christmas.
What do you mean music for Father Christmas?
Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it something to do with your Christmas? Is it something to do with your Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so let us know more about it then. So yes. Anyway, what's school doing today?
Normal food.
What do you mean normal food?
It's meatballs.
Meatballs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Meatballs what with sketty?
Yeah.
And what was pudding?
I don't know.
You don't know. What did you? I take it. You did eat pudding then.
Yeah, I ate it.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna let you play this one then. What are you playing? What's this? Falls Horizon Live session, however that is. Okay.
Right then guys, I am fuming this evening because we've got the old scenario problem come up again with Ben and transport. Right, question I want to ask everyone in the autistic community and everything like that. You can't stop an autistic child from rocking. And we all know what rocking means is when they're sitting in the seat and they're doing this.
No.
They're doing this. You can't stop them.
You can't.
Does this council know what mentally disabled means?
I know.
They're now forcing us to put Ben into something called a Houdini.
A Houdini strap thing.
Houdini strap?
It's like a 5-point harness. You know, like with babies wear the 5-point harness. It comes over himself here, does here, and comes up between his legs and fastens up here. So it's about 4 or 5 buckles, I think it is. Well, I've been reading it on Google. It's not actually recommended because obviously you still have to let normal cast thing come over. Like I say, it's not recommended just in case there's accidents and stuff, all the buckles. But it's either that or he gets kicked off transport, basically. They're saying it's not safe for Ben to keep rocking on the bus, etc, etc, etc. But we've asked a number of times for his own one-to-one personal PA on the bus. Obviously we've just been giving direct payments to Ben, so why now can't we use that for his own PA to keep him safe and all the other people safe? But they said no, and we've even asked like for a male person on the bus, haven't we? Because often asked the PPA who has Ben, was she in her 60s, early 70s? So she's got to be, and she's actually admitted to us she can't cope with him. So, but they don't understand. So, the problem is we've got this feeling because this Houdini thing is going to stop Ben from rocking.
I'm telling you, this is going to set off a chain reaction, and this is going to start the head banging again.
It is.
And I can imagine what that's going to do. We're going to get school ringing up saying that Ben's distressed and all this and that, and then they're going to give us the excuse if he's not learning, he shouldn't be there.
Exactly.
You know what has gone wrong with this world, really?
Exactly. Another thing that's annoying me is
it's health and safety. I have enough of it at work. You know, I don't need it thrown at me from other directions as well.
I know, but health and safety, you can't, like I said, you cannot stop an autistic child from rocking. But what's more about it is, they suggested this Houdini strap thing to stop him from rocking, which I don't think it's going to work because it's still going to constantly do this all the time. But
I'll tell you what, guys, you watch this, cause a chain reaction. I'll tell you, I guarantee in a few days there's going to be some issue.
There will be.
I'll guarantee it.
I'll say, but what's annoying me is this seat thing. They suggested it. Both the officer, the escort, and the driver are DBS checks. Obviously, else like that. But I will go on the bus and fit it. They're not allowed to fit it. Doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
Just utterly crazy. But I'm sorry for our rant and our rave, but we felt we need to say that, especially Northamptonshire County Council. What are you doing?
They are absolutely useless.
They
and
are.
believe me, I've seen other kids around the country treated a lot better than this, and I don't know what's wrong with them. I know they're going to be split up into 3 different blimmin' councils, but they're absolutely terrible, and I mean terrible. And I'll say this on the vlog: I will never ever vote again in this country for anyone.
I won't.
Because until this country understands what mental disability is, then there's no hope for it.
There isn't.
No hope for it whatsoever. Because I can understand Ben's needs and what he wants. I can get him to get off the floor, and he understands me. You know, maybe because I'm his dad and all that, but you know, I can cope with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is,
I don't know how much longer I can cope with him, but I'm going to try my best
we
to.
can, yeah. Thing is, school have actually admitted he's 2-to-1, so why now can't he have 2-to-1 plus or even his own PA on the bus? But as people know,
No, because it's all down to money,
It
and they
is.
haven't got nothing to
They
spend
haven't.
because they're overspent on their blooming wild parties and everything else.
Hey. I know. Sorry guys about our rant on the rave, but we felt it needs to be said, definitely. Because I said we do feel like
I'm just angry, guys. Sorry.
I know. We just feel like they're picking on Ben for no apparent reason.
Every little moment there's a little bitty problem
Yeah, there is.
that always rears its ugly head.
It does, but it does. Seriously.
You know what? How do carers handle adults of the same tender like Ben?
Exactly. Cause
You know, you have these carers go in and help these people. You know, you tell me how that works.
Exactly. Because not being honest, you do have to admit, I know Ben's only 13, but the size of him in these classes is an adult, isn't he?
Yeah.
So,
But if she puts that strap on wrong and they don't check it to make sure it's on right,
exactly.
and something happens, they're liable. And
They
I mean
are.
they will be liable.
They will be, definitely, yeah. Really. I'm not happy. So, like I said, I'm not happy about him having it. Being honest with you, but like I said, it's been blackmailed. Him wearing a strap or kicked off transport. And why should Stephen have to pack up work to take him into school?
I'm going to make them pay the mortgage for me.
Exactly, yeah. And then why should I have to waste like bus fare money or taxi money to take him into school?
And guess what? They're cutting the bus services down.
They are cutting, yeah. They are.
So what we're supposed to do? Walk to Banbury?
I know. Again.
But no, they don't put special needs schools in every area because they can't do it. So.
They should do, shouldn't they? I think every town should have a special needs school. They should do.
Yeah. No. When Ben was born, we never knew it was going to be like this.
No.
And first, up to when he has his seizures, that's when all the problems started.
It didn't they?
You know, that's another issue I've got with them. If he ever had a seizure on that bus, are they trained in his emergency meds?
No, because they're not allowed to carry it, are they? Not allowed to, no.
So what do? Just let him have a seizure right on the floor?
I know, but
there's a lot of problems in this world, guys. And believe me, we all have our issues. But between me and Cheryl, we're suffering. We suffer from Ben having his late nights. I get up for work. She suffers enough. Sammy's having his issues at the minute. We don't need it. Just don't need it. Just a nice break for something would be nice. We've got a social worker that doesn't work.
No. But anyway, I'm looking forward to next Thursday when they break up for half term, to be honest with you, aren't you?
I'll tell you what, if this sets a chain reaction into Disney on Ice at the weekend, I'm going to be fuming.
I am, because I know that's also something Sammy's looking forward to, Disney on Ice the weekend, so...
Anyway.
Do apologise, guys.
You understand where I'm coming from. If you've got a child with special needs, believe me, it gets worse as they get older. Anyway, see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
See you tomorrow, guys. We do apologise, but bye, everyone.
Where are you going? Can I come to? Tell me ooh, don't walk away. Ooh, don't walk away.